Connie Willis, the podcast. Taking you into new ways of thinking, even providing answers to questions you've often pondered. Connie Willis, the podcast. This is a Connie Willis exclusive. Whistleblower. What you're about to hear has never been heard anywhere else. This is Connie Willis, the podcast.
Connie Willis back with the private military, government contractor, and U.S. Navy Special Warfare veteran. Robert Treat is with us discussing his life, his background, and what he sees for the future and what he has learned along the way that he's going to tell us about. Whistleblower, informant, these are the names that a lot of people will tag on to him. It's Robert Treat, as well as deathbed confession. However, he's got a chance to make it through. Go to the GoFundMe that is in the description. Take a look, see where you can help.
Informant.
So are you saying with the COVID, it is still not over, that the amount of deaths that have happened, they still have some things locked in where they can still just wipe out from that?
In my opinion, it's dropping the bucket at the beginning. But I believe that the big show is still on. It's they're still pushing to evolve that holographic technology. But with most things, and this is something that I've always mitigated their little plans with, no matter how evil they are and how bad they sound like they're going to try and cull us all off. 90% or more of their plans fail miserably. They don't even get off the ground, right? They don't understand the nature of humans, right? And it's something that the good Greys do understand about the nature of humans.
And you're talking who doesn't is the
the
humans and the fallen and the reptilian.
Yes, that little trifecta of nastiness. They don't understand us, whereas the Primarchs, the ones who created us, they understand us perfectly, right?
Why don't the humans in the bad trifecta? Because they've never really lived as us, because they're so well off and so high up with power and money. They're not.
Well, that's a big part of it. They don't see themselves as one of us. We're beasts of the field.
Okay.
But more than that is they want to be immortal. They want to take the place of the Primarchs. They want to be them and live forever and rule the universe. Could you imagine these sick, twisted people becoming immortal and ruling the universe?
Well, how the humans in the bad trifecta, the human group?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they want, to be the gods.
Okay. So
and they believe they can be, which is ridiculous, but that's what they believe.
Is there a good counterpart? Is there like there's the bad human in the trifecta? Is there a trifecta of and a good group of humans that are just as powerful?
No. And
doing the good? Well, that's not right.
Yeah, there's no group of good guys. And that's one thing they are terrified of.
Who's they are terrified of? Who?
The elites. Oh, the elite humans
are terrified of.
If a super powerful group of
good people,
good guys, ever arose, they can't let that happen. And they've been practicing this for hundreds of years. They've got it down to a science, an art form, of suppression. The odds of a good guy ever achieving any position of power or ability to change things is so small. But when one does, there's hell to pay. They will throw every resource they've got into crushing him before he ever gets off the ground, or her.
Is that why, some people that come up with some incredible inventions or incredible technology is suddenly taken away?
Yes.
I know people that have come up with some stuff like where you could just put like a lotion on your hands and it would take away rheumatoid arthritis pretty quickly within like a week. And he had said he was thrown up against the wall, and they said, "You're not going to produce this."
Oh, I completely accept that that exists.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff, and I've seen things that have been suppressed. One of the things Glenn had me work on was he did as a special favor, was this electric motor that didn't require any fuel and basically ran forever. And the thing was real. And it turns out I actually knew the guy's son in high school. This is the weird coincidences that have marked my entire life.
Yeah.
His son came into the shop, and I'm like, "Hey, wait a minute! Aren't you the guy that ran over Dirk's dog?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Oh.
I was like, "Yeah, you were dating Joni Eccleston. I remember you." And I'm like, "That's your dad," And
Wow.
but yeah, he built this thing. It was based on magnetism, and I spent months up there, and together we built a small prototype that would fit into a car. And he went down and he bought a little Geo Metro, and we stripped the engine out, and he dropped this electric motor in, and he drove that car from Tulsa to Detroit and back. Didn't even have a gas tank. There's no gas tank in it. There was no place for fuel. This thing could run unlimited forever without any form of fuel. So these technologies do exist.
Yeah, I know some as well.
But could he get a patent? No. Could he get funding? No. Did he eventually fall into a depression and drink himself to death? Yes. How can it's so hard for a good-hearted person to survive in this hateful place,
Yeah.
right? It crushes us out. We lose the will to live. And if we don't cleave to each other, which we just can't seem to do for some strange reason, even though every guru in history, right down to John Lennon, telling us we got to love each other, man. Because if we don't, we're screwed. Literally.
So that's your solution is we need to unite. Or is that a solution? What would your solution be? You've been on the inside.
Well, because everything boils down to choice. We don't have to keep living like this. And this is, what they've told me my entire life. So, we don't have to be dependent on an electric company. We are, because we don't do anything about it, even though it's one of the biggest scams in this country. Everything.
Well, we feel like we can't go up against them, just like you said. It's like they're so huge, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, they are. But there's nothing that really says that we can't. And they are so easily beaten. Like I said, everything is an illusion, that we have this illusion, this delusion that they are so powerful that we can't stop them. When in reality, they are as fragile as glass. They could be broken so quickly.
It's kind of like you said, when you punch the bully stops.
Yeah.
This is a Connie Willis exclusive on Connie Willis, the podcast.
Well, what about the power, abilities, the strength, the advancements of the fallen and the reptilian? I mean, don't they also have the power to turn us off and on, like the good guys?
No, they don't. I mean, they have the ability to control your body and lock you up, but they don't have a Primarch.
They don't have a what?
They don't have a Primarch.
Which means they can't put decision-making things in your mind?
They don't have a Mantid. They don't have what they call a Mantid, a Primarch. There's no Primarchs among the fallen.
Are they the only ones that can put a thought in your mind?
No, they can all put a thought in your mind. They can make you think things. They can make you think your dog's talking to you, or kill yourself, or you should be a serial killer, or you should try heroin, right? They can put these things into your head, but they can't affect reality on any big scale.
Well,
right?
See, to me,
they can abduct you right through your ceiling because they can affect a small amount of mass, but they can't affect mass as in just make you blink out of existence.
But to me, if you're, okay, they're all the bad guy, the bad trifecta. They need a name that's not, because trifecta is not ugly. They need a name.
Well, they have a name generally among the few white hats, I guess you call them, the white hats. Not the political term, the white hats, but just the good guys. They're, loosely known as the cabal. That's the cabal. That's the reptilians, the Dracos, the fallen,
Okay.
the power crazy
Well,
humans.
well, to me, if you still got a lot of power if you can just make someone think or do what you want them to do, because you just go to the right people and get them to make the decision, at the top of the hierarchy. So
Yeah.
I see that they have a lot of control.
They can't take over your body and make you do things. But if they can say, hey, you should kill yourself, and you're already going that way anyway, right? They can push you over the edge. They can push. They can nudge. If they want to abduct you and do experiments on you, they can lock your body up and they can wipe your mind. Block out a memory.
That's where you got to have discernment in your thoughts.
But they can't force you to go against your nature. Like if you are just not a killer, they can't make you do it.
Informant. What you just heard has never been heard anywhere else. This is Connie Willis, the podcast. Informant. Learn more about Connie, her guests, and be sure to join her private membership shows, Blue Rock Talk and Connie After Dark, at ConnieWillis.com. Whistleblower.